Hey Commanders fans! Our Washington Commanders are working tirelessly to improve and build a championship-caliber team. Every move this offseason has been strategic, and the front office has shown it's willing to take calculated risks to push this franchise to the next level. But before we dive into today's big story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated on all things Commanders. Now, let's get into it. One of the most talked about moves this offseason was the signing of defensive lineman Javon Kinlaw to a 3-year, $45 million deal with $30 million guaranteed. Some fans were excited, some were skeptical, and a lot of analysts flat out called it an overpay. But the Commanders see something in Kinlaw that others might be overlooking. Adam Peters, our general manager, knows Kinlaw well. After all, he was part of the 49ers front office that drafted Kinlaw 14th overall in 2020. Despite an up-and-down start to his career, Peters believes Kinlaw's best football is still ahead of him. And Kinlaw himself? He's more motivated than ever to prove the doubters wrong. Kinlaw didn't hold back when addressing the criticism of his contract. Speaking with ESPN, he made it clear that he's ready to step up and justify the faith Washington has placed in him. It's about the belief, and that these people believe in me. They see the progression. Every year I've gotten better. I'll continue to get better. Javon Kinlaw. That's the kind of confidence you love to hear from a player joining this new-look Commanders team. But let's be honest, there are plenty of doubters. Kinlaw's stint with the New York Jets didn't exactly go as planned, and many analysts thought he'd be looking at another one-year, prove-it deal. Instead, Washington gave him a contract with real security. First off, Kinlaw isn't coming in as the sole answer to our defensive line concerns. He's joining a talented interior group alongside Darren Payne and rookie Johnny Newton. That means he won't have to be the guy every down. He can rotate and maximize his strengths while working in a strong system. And let's not forget, Jonathan Allen's departure left a big hole to fill. Kinlaw may not be a one-for-one replacement, but he brings size, power, and potential. 3 things that could be game changers if he finds his groove in DC. Kinlaw knows that big money comes with big expectations, and he's embracing that challenge. If he plays up to his potential, no one will be complaining about that contract in a few months. While the Kinlaw signing grabbed headlines, the Commanders still have one major weakness to address: edge rusher. The loss of Dante Fowler Jr. to the Cowboys leaves a big gap in our ability to get after the quarterback. And so far, no splashy signings have been made to replace him. The Athletic's Ben Standig recently broke it down, highlighting that while the team loaded up on offense with Deebo Samuel and Laramie Tunsil, the defensive line has been more about quantity over quality. Dorrance Armstrong Jr. and Dietrich Wise Jr. are solid, but neither is a true game changer off the edge. Frankie Luvu is an exciting addition, but he's more of a blitzing linebacker than a dominant pass rusher. So, what can Washington do? There are 2 clear paths. Make a trade for a big-name pass rusher. Trey Hendrickson's name has been thrown around, but his price tag is steep. Would the Commanders be willing to part with valuable draft picks and cap space to bring in a proven star? Let's go all in on drafting an edge rusher early. The 2025 NFL Draft is loaded with pass-rushing talent, and Washington holds the 29th and 61st overall picks. Analysts believe one of those picks will likely be spent on a defensive end. With April 24th to 26th right around the corner, fans should expect some movement soon. Whether that means a blockbuster trade or a high-upside draft pick, the Commanders can't afford to go into the season without a true impact player off the edge. Terry McLaurin has been the heart and soul of this Commanders receiving corps since he arrived in 2019. With 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons and coming off a career-high 13-touchdown campaign in 2024, McLaurin has more than proven his value to this team. But here's the big question. Will Washington lock him up long-term? General Manager Adam Peters spoke with NBC Sports Washington's J.P. Finlay and gave us some good news. Contract talks with McLaurin have been positive, and the front office wants him in Washington for a long time. That should bring A sigh of relief to Commanders fans who don't want to see another homegrown talent walk away. McLaurin is currently in the final year of his 3-year, $23.2 million per season extension, which at the time made him one of the highest paid receivers in the league. However, the market has changed drastically since then. Jamar Chase recently reset the wide receiver market with a whopping $40.25 million per year deal, and while McLaurin likely won't reach that number, he's still due for a significant raise. The addition of Deebo Samuel via trade means Washington has another proven playmaker alongside McLaurin. Interestingly, the 49ers were rumored to be shopping Brandon Ayuk this offseason, and he reportedly wanted to reunite with Jaden Daniels in Washington. Had that deal gone through, McLaurin might have been part of the trade package heading to San Francisco. Instead, he remains a Commander, and with his $25.5 million cap hit in 2025, an extension could help lower that number while keeping him in DC for years to come. So, what kind of deal are we looking at? Given his production and leadership, something in the range of $28–32 million per year wouldn't be shocking. The key will be how the contract is structured to keep flexibility for future moves. The Commanders have the cap space, and with Jaden Daniels still on his rookie contract, now is the time to spend. While McLaurin is in active talks for an extension, the same can't be said for star left tackle Laramie Tunsil. Acquired from the Houston Texans in a blockbuster trade, Tunsil is set to be a key piece in protecting Jaden Daniels for at least the next 2 seasons. But here's the interesting part. Despite his importance, there have been no contract extension discussions yet, according to Nikki Javala of the Washington Post. Tunsil, a 5-time Pro Bowler, has 2 years remaining on his current deal, with a $21.35 million cap hit for both seasons. However, the 30-year-old has no guaranteed salary for the 2026 season, meaning Washington could look to extend him before that point. Right now, though, it appears other financial priorities, like McLaurin's extension, are taking precedence. From a team-building perspective, keeping Tunsil long-term makes a ton of sense. He's one of the best pass protectors in the NFL and was brought in to help solidify an offensive line that has struggled in recent years. Jaden Daniels' development will rely heavily on having stability up front, and losing Tunsil in the near future could create a major hole. But here's the catch. Tunsil will command a massive contract extension. The top tackles in the league are earning around $25 and $30 million per year, and with the way the market is trending, his next deal could surpass that. The Commanders may want to wait and see how he performs in 2025 before committing long-term. So, there you have it. The Commanders made a bold move with Kinlaw, and now all eyes are on how they address the pass rushing situation before Week 1. What do you think? Did Washington overpay for Kinlaw, or will he prove the doubters wrong? And how should they address the edge rusher problem? Trade or draft? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Commanders updates, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Hail to the Commanders! Let's get ready for a big season ahead.